Greetings, Autobots, and welcome back. We're going to be doing a legacy figure today, but one that's a little bit more obscure in regards to the wider Transformers universe, because this figure isn't technically a Transformer. This is the Transformers Legacy Generation Selects Deluxe Class Lift Ticket. So, let's get started. So, starting from this video onward, I'm going to be looking at the Transformers Wiki, tfwiki.net, for the basic character profile as well as tidbits about their vehicle forms. It says here, Lift Ticket is a salvage and mechanical repair specialist appropriately equipped for rescue and repair operations with a tow cable that can pull several tons over vast distances, while his arms contain powerful servos and hydraulics that can lift twice as much. Highly alert and ever on guard, Lift Ticket's wariness helps to make up for the intense focus of his partner, the Diaclone project engineer Klein. More than once, Lift Ticket has had to pull Klein's attention away from his repairs in order to evade a foe's attack. Now, Lift Ticket takes the form of a vehicle in the Diaclone toy line, as this is a near exact replica of the 4WD Hilux Regger type, which is the Diaclone mecha that was used to be recolored into Generation 1 Hoist and to an extent Trailbreaker. So we'll get started with the figure. Let me just move my little device away there. So Lift Ticket, as mentioned, is a Diaclone character, which is essentially one of the grandfather or sister toy lines before Transformers. And it's a really cool looking truck. I love the bright red, the vibrant clear plastic for the windows, even the painted blue here. And just the colour breakup between the yellow and the red and the blue is really vibrant, very striking. You can see here he is Regger, tampographed in bold. I do kind of wish the font looked a little bit grittier, sort of like fake scratches and stuff to make it look like it was really stamped on, but I don't know, I still like it. It comes with a little accessory here, cast in yellow plastic but painted silver. Looks very nice. Could be a hose, could be a blaster, though from here it actually kind of looks like a hose. Maybe it is, who knows. So we'll just set that off to the side. Now, let's see, what else have we got? Ah, yes, this figure does have some degree of posability in vehicle mode. You have these little struts here, which you can rotate around, though these are more so for transformation. But if you angle them out and just pull on this bit here, bring this down, and peg this in, you can create a sort of tow cable. Though it's more of a connector piece for other legacy figures that support this, I don't know, road gimmick. I don't know, I never really paid too much attention to it. I thought it was kind of a waste of a gimmick. But it is pretty cool from a play standpoint. And that just sits in place, it pegs in nicely. Lift Ticket's transformation is the exact same as Earthrise Hoist and similar to the Earthrise Trailbreaker, which I've covered before on the channel. So I'll be running it through as I usually would. Take the back here and just pull it up to separate it from what will be the legs. Take the front bumper and bring it up like so, and that will free up the arms. Separate these panels here from the legs and just pull them apart. Make sure you don't bump into any truck parts, and that will just allow you to free up the arms. Take the legs, bring them down. Now, you could just do this, but you don't want to do that. Instead, what you want to do is make sure this is sitting at a 90-degree angle like so, but bring this back and then flip the bumper in till you can't flip it in anymore. Then grab the bumper and just swing it up, and it will sit in place like this. That's how you want it to be sitting at an angle. So it recreates the show look, and you just have clearance and room to operate. Take these struts here, bring them down. Take the head, flip it up and it will peg into place. Collapse this up on the double hinge, and there's a big tab right here that will go into a slot right in here. So just squeeze that until it all collapses in place. Actually, yeah, you're going to take this out and flip out this rocket pod, I think it is. And then you can just take this and plug it back in. Angle these yellow pieces out like so. And we're almost done. We just got to take the arms, straighten them out, rotate them at the forearm, and then rotate the wrist so that it's facing properly. Take that down, rotate the wrist, and there you go. There you have Lift Ticket in its robot mode. And again, a really fun figure. I particularly enjoy this mold, and it's essentially just a straight recolor of the Earthrise Hoist, but in that Diaclone Wrecker colors. But I still think it looks pretty good. So let's just take a closer look at all of that lovely detail. See here, he's got a big Autobot insignia. Silence. Silence you. No, it's not the time. He's got a big Autobot insignia painted right here. Beautiful white, really nice, clean paint. Just some lovely mechanical detail all around. I love the colour on this one. I think I prefer these colours over the Hoist, but the Hoist is still pretty cool in my opinion. His knees are just a little bit loosened up, but granted, I'm holding him back at an angle, so it's really not that big of a problem. He can hold a pose. Though I might tighten it just a little touch. Maybe use some, I don't know, some joint lubricant or something just to stiffen that up a bit. He does have hollow legs for the transformation, but honestly, I really don't mind all that much. It's not much of a deal breaker. His back is pretty clean, all things considered. And let's get a look at that lovely head sculpt. It is just the Hoist in red, but some nice highlights with yellow and silver. And I think his face is painted. His entire head is actually painted. Wow. I didn't actually realize that. Just a really cool looking face sculpt. You wouldn't know it from looking at him, but this mold, Hoist isn't exactly an engineer or a fighter. He's just more of a working class engineer. And I think that face sculpt captures that brilliantly. But yeah, the figure itself looks really good. But now we have to ask the question of, how well does it pose? Well, I'm here to tell you, Lift Ticket and this mold is actually one of the better posing figures I've looked at on this show. He has shoulders that can pull a maximum. He can go well over 180 degrees, though you do have these sort of pylons that you can rotate, though you need to move these out the way. So I can pull a full 360. You've got a forearm swivel, and then you've got a waist swivel, or wrist swivel. He does have a waist swivel, but that's not his waist, as you can very easily tell. Same goes on the other side. Full up, full down, unpainted. If you just flip that to the side, and it swivels on both the forearm and the wrist. The head itself, you've got this little thing that can sort of move up and down as you wish. Head can go down that far and up that far, and it's got a little bit of wiggly waggly. The waist itself can swivel. It can rotate, though it's sort of blocked by this, so you'd just be better off getting the full swivel. Legs are unimpeded forward. The knees pull just over a 90, though if you use the transformation joint, you can get well over the average. And feet with a pretty good pivot. So the transformation is really good for this mold, or the pivot. The posability is pretty good for this mold. If I had one complaint, I would say that the feet, it's just these knees here are a little bit limited, just a tiny bit, but it's not the end of the world. There's far worse posing figures out there in the world. So if you want something that looks good to display on your shelf, this mold is definitely one to watch. So why not pose him a little bit? Let's just plug in his gun here. It is 5mm port compatible, so you can just slide that into his fist, like so. And I think, oh that's right, he's got a swivel at the leg as well. Don't forget that. So I keep forgetting all these joints. beforehand, like, I didn't even know that the movie Starscream I looked at recently actually has a leg. You can actually use the ratchets on the leg to move them forward, and I didn't even know that. I just hold for a thumbnail shot. It's a really cool looking figure. I hope we get more of these Diaclone bots in future, because I do have DK2 Guard and DK3 Breaker. In hindsight, I guess you could say they're all members of the DK crew. There's that for you. But yeah, overall, I'd say Lift Ticket is definitely worth your money, especially now when the figure itself is very cheap on the aftermarket. These Generation Selects figures of Diaclone characters never really hit the same sales numbers as characters of, say, Optimus Prime, Bumblebee, or any of the series mainstays. But for collectors like myself, these figures will always have a special place in my collection and my shelf. So, with that being said, let's turn Lift Ticket back into his vehicle mode. So, yeah, how do you guys feel about me doing multiple of the same mold on the channel? Because I know the transformation schemes would all be the same, but I like showing off all the weird recolors and just the cool bonus characters that you don't normally see reviewers look at. So let me know in the comments below what you like, because, well, knowing me, I'll probably do them regardless, so there's that. I'm just gonna take these. Actually, I'll do what I did last time and just let the toy speak for itself. And there you have Lift Ticket back in his vehicle mode. I would strongly recommend this figure. As mentioned before, it is one of the more obscure aspects of Transformers iconography, but as a transforming toy and as a general display piece, it's more than deserving of a spot on your shelf. So if you can find this guy for cheap on the aftermarket or just at your local store, pick him up. You'll not go wrong. And I think that about covers it. So don't forget to like, subscribe, leave a comment, check out my other playlists for any other Transformers reviews that might interest you. And I think that's about everything. So with all that being said, this is Orbot ASMR, signing off for the night. Autobots, transform and roll out to bed till all are one.